And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come back. We get back to part 3 of day 93. Part 3 of day 93 of our 365 days Bible reading challenge. Our resolve, as I keep saying, is to read through the Bible in 365 days. This is a journey we started on TikTok and it overflowed even to YouTube. On YouTube, it's a journey we started in 2024 and we are continuing from where we had stopped or where we had halted in 2024. So some of the episodes you will watch for TTB, that is Through the Bible with Pastor Nesh, TTB with Pastor Nesh on YouTube, some of them will be very old, some of them will be from 2024. Today we are reading Judges 10, Judges 11 and Judges 12. And today we are reading about the story of Jephthah. Jephthah was first of all rejected by his people, then he went away and formed a gang. He formed a mob. He formed a vigilante group that became so big that it was respected all over Israel. And so when Israel wanted to fight against the Moabites, or the children of Ammon, when the children of Israel wanted to fight against the children of Ammon, by the wisdom of their elders, they discovered, or they came to a conclusion, that Jephthah and his gang can surely even help them. And so they approached Jephthah, and Jephthah comes, and Jephthah somehow fears God even if he leads a mob. Remember, leading a mob is not very bad. Even David at some point was viewed as a man who was leading a mob. He was like a leader of pirates. People that were stealing from people, but somehow in the name of the Lord, or fighting against evil as a mob. I don't know how they were doing it. I'm just trying to assume. Now Jephthah agrees to be their leader as long as they make him captain and they make him their head, and they agree. And so Jephthah comes and he does something that is read all over the Bible, or maybe a story that you have heard of, when Jephthah said that if I go to the war and win, whatever meets me when I'm coming back from war from my house, that one I'll give to God as a burnt offering. I don't know what he was thinking when he was vowing this kind of vow. I don't know if he thought it would be a goat or it would be a cow, but as we shall read on, it is his daughter that meets him, and we will see how that story turns out. But now we are at a place where now Jephthah is fighting, and he has fought and he has subdued the children of Ammon. And now we are reading from verse 34 of Judges 11, and we continue, and I know this story will overflow even to Judges 12. The Bible says in Judges 11 verse 34 that, and Jephthah came to Mizpeh unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dance, and she was his only child. Beside her he had neither son nor daughter. Now something very bad is about to happen. He's told God that if I go to war and you give me victory, whatever comes to meet me out of my house, I will give it to you for a burnt offering. As I said, I don't know what he expected. Maybe he expected a cow or a goat, or I don't know. But how would you expect a cow to come meet you? How would you expect whatever, So I think there is a very great lesson that God wanted to teach Jephthah from this. And this is keeping up with vows. When you vow to God and offering worship to God that is undiluted and undefiled, and giving to God your best. Okay? Giving to God your best. Because so far we have not seen Jephthah, offering an offering, offering a sacrifice. So actually, God is at this point, or up to this point, God is using Jephthah just by his grace. Not because maybe Jephthah serves him. We have not seen him, or we have not had report of him serving God wholeheartedly and all that, except that he vowed before God at Mizpeh. We have not heard anything like that. So I think God now wanted to bring Jephthah to a place, not just where he was serving God under grace, but because he was determined to serve God. And showing God that you are determined to serve God is by giving him your best, giving him what you value the most. And so this daughter was his only child. He had no son and no daughter beside this child. She was the only one. And then she comes to meet his father with timbrels and dancing, celebrating, my father is back from battle and he has won. Verse 35, and it came to pass, when he saw her, that he rent his clothes and said, Alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back. And she said unto him, Father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which hath proceeded out of thy mouth. For as much as the Lord hath taken vengeance for thee of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down up the mountains and bewail my virginity, I and my fellows. And he said, Go. And he sent her away for 2 months, and she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of the 2 months that she returned to her father, who did with her according to his vow, which he had vowed, and she knew no man, and it was a custom in Israel. Verse 40, which is the last verse of Judges 11, that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah the Gileadite 4 days in a year. Now, there is a lot of debate whether whether the daughter of Jephthah was really burnt. But as much as I can read or I have read, the Bible says that he did to her according to his vow. He had said that he would offer her the daughter, he would offer her as a burnt offering. And the Bible says that he did with her according to his vow. Now, there is a lot of debate, and many people disagree that the daughter was offered for a burnt offering, because many people say that God does not accept human sacrifice. However, this was not a sacrifice demanded of by God. Do you understand? This is my take. You can disagree with it or you can agree with it. This was not a sacrifice demanded of by God. So it is not God who said, when you win, give me your daughter. It is Jephthah who said, if you give me victory, whatever comes from my house, I will give it to you as a burnt offering. So it is not like God demands human sacrifice. But if you say that I will give you my child, then you must give God your child. And if you say I will offer them to you as a burnt offering, then that is what you are going to do. It is you that said from your mouth. Okay? I feel that is the difference. Let's read very quickly before time runs out. Judges chapter number 12. The Bible says in verse 1, And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward and said unto Jephthah, Wherefore passedest thou over to fight against the children of Ammon, and didst not call us to go with thee? And we will burn thine house upon thee with fire. These children of Ephraim are always left behind. They are always left out of battles. Remember, even the days of Gideon, they also came to complain to Gideon that you did not include us in your fighting. And so they come and say, because you did not include us, we are going to burn your house with fire. Verse 2, the Bible says, And Jephthah said unto them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon, and when I called you, ye delivered me not out of their hands. And when I saw that ye delivered me not, I put my life in my hands and passed over against the children of Ammon, and the Lord delivered them into my hand. Wherefore then are ye come up unto me this day to fight against me? And then Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought with Ephraim, and the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, Ye Gileadites are fugitives, and Ephraim among the Ephraimites and among the Manassites. And the Gileadites took the passages of Jordan before the Ephraimites, and it was so that when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, "Let me go over," that the men of Gilead said unto him, "Art thou an Ephraimite?" And he said, "Nay." Then said they unto him, "Say now, Shibboleth." And he said, Siboleth, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passages of Jordan, and there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 40,000. And Jephthah judged Israel 6 years, and then died Jephthah the Gileadite, and was buried in one of the cities of Gilead. Now, why am I laughing? I'm laughing because we all have accents, okay? And there are some words that we are not able to pronounce. Even as I read, you may note that there are some words that I pronounce them differently, maybe from how you would pronounce them. And this is the criteria that Jephthah and his gang and the Gileadites used, to differentiate between the Ephraimites and themselves. So they would tell them to say the word Shibboleth. And it is said that the Ephraimites could not pronounce Shibboleth. They would say Siboleth, Siboleth, without she. And that is how they knew this is an Ephraimite, and they would kill that person. Let's finish very fast because my time is up. And after him, Ibzan of Bethlehem judged Israel, and he had 30 sons and 30 daughters, whom he sent abroad, and took in 30 daughters from abroad for his sons, and he judged Israel 7 years. Then verse 10 says, and then died Ibzan and was buried at Bethlehem. Verse 11 says, and after him Elon, a Zebulonite, judged Israel, and he judged Israel 10 years. And Elon, the Zebulonite, died, and he was buried in Aijalon in the country of Zebulun. Verse 13 says, and after him Abdon, the son of Hillel, Pirathonite, judged Israel. And he had 40 sons and 13 nephews. They rode on 10 as colts, and he judged Israel 8 years. Verse 15, which is our last verse for today, and the last verse of Judges chapter number 12 says, and Abdon, the son of Hillel, the Pirathonite, died and was buried in Pirathon in the land of Ephraim, in the mount of the Amalekites. We are going to finish today's reading at that point. Thank you so much for tarrying with me even up to this point. May God bless you so much, and join me tomorrow even as we continue reading the book of Judges. As I said, the book of Judges is quite short. It has about 22 chapters, and we are now in Judges 12, so we are past midway, or thereabout. So may God bless us, may God keep you, may God lift you higher than I am. Until tomorrow, shalom, and keep the faith.